I took a moment to kind of look at the video. I saw the fight. It's easy to find the fight online, but I did see what led up to it. Mm-hmm. And Biggie's correct. There aren't a lot of clear angles because they're almost out of frame during gameplay. And as you said, LeBron and Stewart are going for the same loose ball. And LeBron is trying to elbow the guy. The classic box out with the elbow. But right before the incident, I do see LeBron kind of bend at the elbow and flip his wrist up like a fist.
Go high.
Into the right eye of Stewart.
Okay, I'm on LeBron's side on this.
Because he said, my bad.
He said, my bad. I was at a game in Milwaukee 25 years ago. Michael Jordan was playing against, I've told you this, a guy named Armand Gilliam for the Bucks.
I recall him. He was one of the first Hornets.
Yes. Well, he's playing for the Bucks at this point. We were in the Bradley Center. Best seats for any game I've ever had in my life, period. Like third row, middle center court. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Bought them from a scalper. Paid too much. By myself. I took a trip to Milwaukee by myself.
As most people do.
Yeah, most do.
As one does. In the dead of winter?
Yes, it was January. It was late January. I was in Milwaukee by myself. I thought, I'm seeing a part of
You
this
here for the
country.
beer?
Yeah. No.
Skiing?
No.
Ice fishing?
No.
Nope.
Packers?
No. No. I wanted to see Milwaukee at its worst possible time. Bulls happened.
Is this where they filmed Laverne and Shirley?
It was. I went there. I did that whole thing.
The Happy Days tour.
I did the Happy Days tour. There was Michael Jordan versus Armand Gilliam. Armand Gilliam had elbowed him, apparently twice, and I could hear them talking. And walking off for a timeout, Michael said to Armand, "That's twice, Armand. Don't let it happen again." And Gilliam said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Mike." And they went. He did. And they went their separate directions.
Wow.
And I said, "Okay, the stars in the league sort of control it. You know,
Yeah.
LeBron is obviously the bigger star here. So I am on LeBron's side." He said, "My bad. That should have been it." And yet it carried on.
What I've also learned from Twitter this morning is that apparently this player, and I don't follow the NBA really much at all, but I did not know until this morning that this player, Stewart, for the Pistons, they're calling him Beef Stew on Twitter, which is pretty solid nickname.
Pretty good. It's a good
I like
nickname. Some of my pickleball compatriots are starting to call me the condor because of my reach.
Oh.
Yeah. Call me condor. Not
because it's almost extinct.
Wait a minute. I just
on the brink of extinction.
I assumed it was the reach. They call me the condor.
The court coverage.
As soon as I walk,
the wingspan.
That's right. As soon as I walk onto the court, the condors. There I am. I assumed it was my reach. Maybe it is brink of extinction. My wife says we're off on Wednesday, so my wife says tomorrow night I can play as late as I want. So I'm pretty excited.
Wow, green light.
Yeah. Although it's going to be about 10 degrees. So
if you factor in the wind.
Yeah. I think she looks ahead at that stuff and does that on purpose to you. Oh, yeah, tomorrow night, late as you want.
Yeah, that's what she said. She goes, late as you want.
I will.
I told the guys, I got the green light from the wife. I can be out here until midnight if I want to be. I'm just doing it,
But they're like, no, we have family in town.
Yeah. It'll just be me and the Diesel playing singles.
Yeah.
That's the commitment that we have.
We're spending time with family. It's the holidays.
I was reading one of the radio online boards talking about family, and one guy, I don't know him, but he said
he's a brother in broadcasting.
He's a brother in broadcasting. And he said after 25 years here at my station, The Mix in Orlando, they've gone a different direction. I'll be no longer working here.
Ouch.
And of course, everybody's like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that."
Yeah.
And in the bottom of his paragraph, he says, "What's the first thing I'm going to do? Hug my kids."
Why can't we just be honest?
Well, I mean, after I get on LinkedIn.
Why can't we just be honest?
What am I going to spend the next month doing? Growing closer to my family.
You can do that and still hold down a job in this business.
You really should go out for another job instead of just hugging you. I don't know. I'm sure. Yeah. What do I want to do? Hug my kids, be closer to my family.
Yeah. You give them a couple of days. Yeah. I'm sure the wound is awfully raw.
It is. He just lost. I felt so bad for him. I don't know
this time of year?
Oh, I know. I don't know him at all. They've not renewed his contract. And I thought, ooh, always scares me. When I hear a story like that, of course. That's why I never leave this chair. No one fills in for me.
Nope.
The moment someone does, they'll realize, anybody can do this job. It's not that hard. Avengers Joe talking about LeBron. I'm on his side. What do you think?
Yeah, so I think it was intentional when he swung, but he didn't mean to connect.
You think
he made the free throw, so it wasn't like battling for a loose ball or anything. It was just like they were tangled up. and it was like a watch out kind of swing, and he didn't mean to hit him. Because we've all done that playing ball before.
Yeah, that's true. Like, hey, get out of my way. And he hits him. And then he said, now, wait a minute. He said, my bad. This is Anthony Davis said, look, I heard LeBron say, my bad. And then the other guy, Beef Stew, went after him. He went after him hard. And the guy would not stop. They had him on opposite ends of the courts, and he still took off after him.
Yeah, I've caught 2 elbows in my life playing basketball. I've retired, of course, years ago. But I caught one that split my eyebrow open. And this is back when I was still living in Virginia. And one almost knocked a tooth out.
Scary. I mean, the elbows are the worst
And,
thing.
of course, they're both unintentional. You never know.
And I do think, too, that it's where he hit him, that's that spot that just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds, too.
Your
right?
skin is so thin there.
Thank you, Avengers. Yeah, boxers always have that. I mean, the blood just flows. Plus, you're sweating and all, and it just blood is just flowing. When I cut my finger 3 weeks ago, I cut this finger on a
Get you
trash
without a
can.
bandage
I
for
know,
the first time.
For the first time. It took a long time to heal. I cut this finger on a trash can 3 weeks ago at the gym.
Did it say my bad?
It did not, but it should have. And then when I told everybody there's a sharp edge on this trash can, they were all like, "Yeah, okay, we don't need the trash can." I was using it for balance. I was trying. I was
using it as a crutch.
I was.
I'm like, what are you doing?
I know, and but it bled because my heart rate was up. You know, we were working out. It was unbelievable.
Our attorney said you should have sued, right?
So she said. She said bad trash.
But when you said my bad, I think that absolved them.
God.
Your Honor, he said my bad. Case dismissed.
What?
Hold on, what?
You said my bad before you contacted an attorney?
Oh, man.
That's the one thing in court.
So
finding.
stupid. Yeah, I'll tell you, yesterday, I go to a boutique gym. You know that. It is a small boutique gym, and we have coaches there. And,
all your life you've had women yell at you. It's where you're happiest.
You're right. You're right.
We really are.
You're right. Women yelling at me is
mother figures.
That's what I want.
That's what you've been searching for.
That's right. Well, there is a lady who lives, she's P1 to this show. She lives an hour and 20 minutes away from here. But one time she came all the way here to do a workout. Remember that? She came. And she's a fan of this show, which I really appreciated. And she drove, an hour and a half just to come to one of the classes with me. And that was when my son said, "This is not a John Lennon situation, is it?" Which I thought was pretty dark and pretty rough. And I didn't know he knew what John Lennon even.
Yeah. On the one hand, it's like, okay, that's impressive.
So she came and assured me it was not a John Lennon situation. And then she kept saying, where she lives in Chapel Hill, she's like, "We have a coach named Tommy who's just the best of the best. He's the regional director." She's like, "Coach Tommy, you should
He's
come
going places."
Yeah, she's like, "You should come over here, blah, blah, blah." So yesterday, I go to my normal workout at this boutique gym. And there's like 15, 20 people now in the lobby. And I walk in just to chat with them, as I usually do. And lo and behold, filling in is Coach Tommy. He's come all the way to fill in. He's here. And some of the guys in the lobby are like, "Yeah, we got to fill in today, Coach Tommy." And I was like, "What?" And he came around the corner. And I went, "Oh, my God, it's Coach Tommy!" And I ran over to him. And everybody else is like, "Man, chill."
Your reputation precedes you.
Everybody said, "Please."
Easy. Is this a John Lennon situation?
Oh my God, it's Coach Tommy. And he put me way out by myself. He wouldn't let me interact in any way after that.
Probably smart.
Lived up to the hype. He was really, really good. I'll just say that. She was
It's
right.
not the same as having a woman yell at you, though.
No,
it wasn't. I like strong women to yell at me. And
if
right.
you look at the patterns of your life, that's it.
Mother, wife, sister, older sister.
You've had a few male mentor/bosses.
Yeah.
And they yell at you.
Yeah, but I clash with
It's comforting.
Well,
but it's not the same.
No, women yelling.
That's what you need.
Yeah. Fit women yelling at me is what I crave, and that's why I do this. All right, Biggie, what's the top grossing film of 2021 worldwide? Let's see if you
worldwide.
get-
Okay.
yeah.
I track box office numbers.
I
It
know you do.
fascinates me.
I know
so
you do.
what I know is the worldwide is tough because you look at the U.S., it's not really what you think.
Mm-hmm.
I do know for a fact, though, that some places have released wider than others. I'm going to say that it's the Fast and Furious movie.
It is not.
Okay.
The Fast and Furious movie.
Was that F9?
I do not see that. I don't have a list here. I have the top grossing in the U.S. and the top grossing worldwide, and they're not the same, by the way. The U.S. is a different.
Oh, they're
movie.
different. Okay.
Chris Demm, do you know the fastest or the highest grossing movie worldwide?
I don't. I know that Venom was enormous.
Let me say, F9 was number 2 worldwide. I just noticed.
Okay.
It. Okay.
Well played,
number 2.
Biggie,
Yes,
sir.
well done.
Well played.
Venom is not it. It is, and I'm surprised by this. No Time to Die, James Bond movie.
Okay, I can see it.
Just past F9, it made $734 million worldwide this year. F9, The Fast and Furious, made $721. In the United States, it's The Legend of the Ten Rings,
Shang-Chi. That's the Marvel movie, yeah.
I don't know that at all. What is it? You said it's a Marvel movie?
Yeah. It's like, kind of like an Avengers-style superhero.
It made $224 in the United States.
Really good movie.
They're saying that Spider-Man No Way Home could pass it, but it only have 2 weeks. It doesn't come out till December 17th, so it may not have time. But I didn't know that. I thought No Time to Die was a bit of a letdown.
I didn't do great here in the U.S. I mean, I think it made at least over $100 million.
Yeah.
But, you know, some of these, to me, the big thing is normal times, those movies would be making $1.5 billion, close to $2 billion.
Yeah.
So you're still falling well short.
It's half the money.
Yeah.
I think movie studios must be thinking, can we wait longer? But with No Time to Die, it was impossible. I mean, they waited 2 years to put the thing out.
I think now they're like, let's do what we can in the theaters and then immediately get it to streaming and hope people pay $20 for it.
Yeah, but it has not translated for money, at least, so far.
Part of the issue is that I have noticed there are some movie theaters that have, of course, reopened near here and where I used to go, and they're not open the same hours. They're not showing. They don't have the same number of showings. They don't have the same employees.
I know. And I drive by.
So they're cut back.
I drove by the marquee of one the other day, and it almost looks like it was out of business. I mean, it's like, what are these movies? You know, I don't know. I haven't been to the theater in a long time.
And you know, Ghostbusters didn't open that strong. Frankly,
did it not?
It made $44 million, which is not that much.
I don't know what it is about movies now that people just. That's like the one thing they're reluctant to go back into the theater, or I don't know if it's just people aren't paying attention or what.
Well,
we're not back.
Or I'll
yet.
wait 2 weeks.
I'll wait
a
on
month.
stream. Yeah,
I think I'm definitely fall more in the category of I'll wait and stream. I think too that TVs are cheaper, bigger, and look great.
You got surround sound. You got surround sound.
Yeah, and TVs are so cheap now.
That's a '90s brag, surround sound.
I just put in. This is probably 4 months ago. I got surround
sound.
I got surround.
That's great.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, two little speakers on the wall behind me.
I do have that. I guess
a subwoofer.
I do have a sub. I think maybe it's just we got conditioned to do that during the pandemic, and so it's like, all right, I'll just stream.
We watch stuff on our screens anyway.
Yes, that's right. Like I was talking about the football game, I was watching football, and I would rather watch it at home than go to a game. I'm now firmly,
Well, you almost always have been.
Yeah, it's true. I would.
You're not a community guy.
No, I'm not. And I would rather just watch it at home. Because, Biggie, y'all are right. The screens are good, and with surround sound now.
Got the subwoof.